Hello, hello. Uh, so yeah, the live. Okay, good. Yeah, I think it had to do with my VPN. Um, that some reason it crashed. So that crashed, and it seemed to have knocked me off of YouTube for a minute, which totally screwed up the live stream. I don't remember where we were at when we were talking. So yeah, I don't understand the VPNs, but I know it's suggested to have one. It really helps block people from seeing you online. I don't know. I know it's recommended for me, so that's why I do it. Oh, so yeah, on our taxes, when it comes to our profit, I don't think we'll ever, in the next couple of years, even hit a sustainable quantity unless, we get a huge revenue from YouTube, which I just don't see happening. I'm not going to hold my breath on it, but it is a nice thing to think about. I know there's a guy at work that he wants to make a living off of taking photographs and YouTube, but I really don't see that happening. I mean, some of these people they make a living off of it with only like 150,000 subscribers. Yeah, I would think oil would be a safer bet than most people would think, but yeah, that would definitely change everything though. So, but anyways, um, the profit on the farm with the amount that we have to write off, I just don't see it ever coming to fruition of making revenue. I mean, I'd like to break even, but it's nice to have the little side projects. Baker and Higgs saying the pumps are down in my county. What pumps are you talking about? In the place, are in your place there in Texas, or the one that's more local? Oh, okay, that makes more sense. But um, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know too much about oil. I know I've invested in it because it's a pretty safe bet. We're gonna need it, but I don't really know too much about the oil company or the oil fields. I know there was a lot of oil pumps here in Michigan for a while, but all of those are pretty much pattered out. I don't know of very many that are still up and running that are the small scale oil pumps. There's a couple there in Hopkins that you see spinning still, but the one that was in Bloomingdale, that one that helped start that town, I think that one shut off real fast because it was dried up. Um, but yeah, I mean, when it comes to your taxes, I suggest personally to do your own. But yeah, they dry up. Um, I know the one in Bloomingdale didn't last very long, enough to establish the town. That town's withering away still. Um, I know their athletic department is, down. They've went to small scale football, like 5-on-5. I think is what they went to a league of, just because they just don't have the kids, and they don't have the kids that are interested in it. You know, I graduated from there, and it was like 87 was the biggest class in their history when I graduated. And so they're just slowly pitter pattering out, I think. Right. Yeah. I totally agree. Well, it's not only that the kids just aren't interested in contact sports, but yet they'll play soccer, and soccer is more contact than football. I don't get that. The parents are like, "Oh, football's too dangerous," and they're like, "We'll sign them up for soccer." And I'm like, "Kids get concussions there, like really easy because they have no helmet on." Yeah, a lot of kids. My kids play video games, but they prefer to be outside. But with the winter months, they play basketball, and that's about it. But yeah, I think certain parents are too concerned with the overall safety and not letting kids be kids. I mean, I did some dumb stuff when I was a kid. I remember one time we had these pump paintball guns, and I had I had ticked my oldest brother off at one point, and he was chasing me through the house. And I had that paintball gun, and in my room I had a bunch of tacks. And he come chasing me down, and I jumped in my room, slammed the door, filled the barrel up with tacks, and when he's hitting the door, I shot underneath the door with the tack gun. Well, with the paintball gun filled with tacks. As soon as he hit the floor, I opened that door and ran outside and went into the woods. Oh man, was he so mad? I had to wait to come inside till my parents got home because I wasn't going back in there with them. But yeah, we did some dumb stuff. I know my brothers hit my other brother with a car intentionally for a video. So he was big into filming, and they wanted me to be the zombie because this is when zombies were like really big. And I think I was 10 or 11. Maybe I was 12. But yeah, they were like, "Oh, we'll just hit you with the car. It'll be nothing. You just act like it hurt." And every time he came close to me with that car, I jumped back. And he was like, "You can't do that." So finally, my my other brother, the one that actually got hit with the car, he he kept calling me a chicken, and said he was going to show me how to do it. My my oldest brother, he hit him so hard, the shoe went flying in the air because he was wearing big shoes. He hit him so hard that the shoe went flying up and over the car. And as my brother is editing the video, this is back on Reel 8 film, where you splice it and you got the big long tape. He's splicing it together, and my dad just poked his head into the room. He said, And that's how we got busted. Oh boy, did my brother get reamed out for that one. He's like, you can't hit people with cars and think that's okay. Oh. His only defense was, well, he said he wanted to do it. Yeah, he didn't really want to do it. There was like a million stories like that for us. And, there's, we tried to build stuff and make zip lines. And for some reason, I was always the guinea pig. I think it was because I was the youngest. I'm not even sure on that, but I'm going to go with that theory. They were pretty brutal on me. I know I've was building a tree house once, and my dumb butt, I built it in this tree that was like, I think the base of it was 4 inches. And I'm building it in the branches of this 4 inch tree. And I got a platform up there, probably like 6 foot by 4 foot. Oh, that's when I started liking building. When I fell out of the tree with the platform. I I was like 15 feet in the air on this platform building a tree fort to I think it was so I could throw stuff at my brothers from there. And yeah, that didn't work out because I fell that entire 15 feet on top of that platform. And I hit the ground so hard and I sat there for probably a good half an hour before I decided it was okay to get back up. Yeah, it was definitely some experience gained. I did figure out how to best lift stuff into the air off of a small tree. Turns out you can throw a rope over, make yourself a cradle, and hoist yourself up with all your materials. And while you're working on it, you can be secure by being in that rope. But once you get out of that rope and get into the onto the platform, all bets are off. A lot of people wonder why I'm still alive. Oh, bricks. Yeah, I was lucky. I was in the forest. I was in the woods, and I landed on the platform and fell into the dirt. Luckily, there was no twigs or anything up to stab me, but and luckily I didn't land on the saw or any of that stuff because I couldn't use the power tools. We had no electricity out there, so I just had a regular old rip saw. Oh yeah, my dad told me about that when that a blizzard back then, and how they would climb up to the roof of the high school there in Hopkins, and they actually jumped off the roof into the snowbanks. They said he was telling us about how one of his friends almost died because he landed head first and went up to his ankles into the snow. But yeah, I mean, they had to dig him out. He was upside down, they said, and he was all the way down to his ankles, head into the snow, like he was diving. Just went straight in. Yeah, that could definitely be dangerous there, Drifter. But we all do dumb stuff, and the key is to learn from it and to live. Oh, that sucks that there was a pile of bricks though underneath it. But yet you were young, right? You were young and definitely definitely were able to recover. That's the key to it. I've beaten my body up so bad that 32, I'm starting to fall apart. When I was in the military, I didn't have a problem jumping off of the back of 5 tons when I first got in with all my gear on it and holding my 249. But now I'm more of a when my last year in there, I was like, oh, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna have someone stand here and I'm gonna push against them as I drop off this 5 ton. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's pretty crazy on all the stuff we look back on and we go, I can't believe I did that. The military was something else. Um, we never actually got deployed. We were supposed to, and during our pre-mob, or not our pre-mob, our pre-evaluation for pre-mob, we we got rejected, and it wasn't because of the unit; it was because of the command, which I find quite scary. So, thank you, uh, Green Homestead and Goldens. But yeah, I'm quite glad we didn't get deployed on that one because they determined our command structure was very insufficient. Yeah, yeah. So I signed up while we were at the time of war. I think I signed up in '09, and yeah, it was a lot of stuff going on back then. And the whole reason I signed up was because of what happened in 2001. This was something I wanted to do for a really long time. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, Drifter. But yeah, a lot of people get injured. Um, it's hard to deal with that. And civilian side of it, people don't think about it. It's a little troublesome that, you know, we're back to that age where who cares? Oh, that's good. It's good to hear that he's okay now. But I feel like we're back in that age where, not many people care about the military anymore like they used to. Um, I'll see someone in a Vietnam hat and I'll thank them immediately. You know, it's it's a little sad, sad to my heart that people are so inconsiderate of what people are giving up for them. Oh, that's really cool. He was in the History Channel or on the History Channel. Yeah, well, you got to remember a lot of these kids that are now to the voting age and stuff. You think about it, they were babies. They were babies when that happened, or not even born yet. You know, there's people that could be voting in this next election that's history to them. That's something that happened ages ago. And it's troublesome because I remember what I was doing. I'm sure all of you remember what you were doing. Oh shoot. You know, I remember exactly what was going on. I remember everything that was said when we first found out about 9/11. Um, I remember watching the broadcast, right, in Pearl Harbor. Right. Yeah, Pearl Harbor. Uh, it's something people forgot about, and it's history to them. And most of those people that were there are now what? I think there's only one survivor left from there. I think it was on the news not too long ago. But yeah, I mean it's horrible to think about. But yeah, we've gotten way off subject of taxes. Yes, I agree that all claiming teenager. Yeah, and then you have all the people that don't believe it happened, which I just don't get. But anyways, it was definitely something different, and it's something I'll never forget. And I try to make my kids remember it. But I look at them now and I'm like, you kids weren't even a thought. I was young. I graduated in '06, 5 years after. So it's just, and I think about my kids, and the oldest, she is 11, and she probably doesn't remember any of it, or well, anything of it besides what she reads in school. Thanks. But anyways, um, back to taxes. we uh we write off everything that's possible, which is almost everything. Just dropped my chair. Which is almost everything in our taxes. And it doesn't take a large farm to do that. You can definitely get by with having a small farm and being able to write off anything and everything. We write off the cost it costs us to acquire the animals. We write off what it costs to feed the animals, and it all adds up. You don't realize how much you're spending. You don't realize how much you're spending until after you get done with the year and you realize it really wasn't that great. Like, yeah, we made a little bit and just feed costs and animals, but we didn't make a huge profit. I think the most we've ever walked away with profit wise was $1,000. But then, I had other expenses like the vehicles, and that just all took away. Like I write off our insurance because in the state of Michigan, you have to have some MCCA, which makes us have a retarded amount for our insurance costs. So, I write off everything that it comes down to. I think the government is sticking their nose in too much stuff. Yeah, I mean, we have a huge overhead. Um, and the pole barn, that was just another investment. So that pole barn was pretty dang expensive, and I didn't realize how much concrete is nowadays. Back in my head, I used to think concrete was still at $78 a yard. Now it's like 140 a yard. So that's something I will get to write off next year because we didn't pour any this year. I was waiting for the spring, but it's hard. It's hard to do that and to justify, is it worth spending this money? Yeah, you can write off everything for the little ranch. I'm sure you can write off more than you think. You get on TurboTax, and before you ever pay, you can go through and do it all and see if it even helps. Oh, I definitely agree. So I got a call last night about how the local government was doing, and they kept asking the question on, should the state do more about the water issues here in Michigan with all the pipeline or the pipes. And that comes down to me for it needs to be a local level thing. I think they're sticking their nose into too many things and has nothing to do with the overall state. Just paid person property. Yeah, my property taxes are outrageous. Our property tax, I think that ran us. I think this is the big month. I think it's the big month. I don't know. I have it escrowed in because I'm tired of seeing it. they're planning it for me, but yeah, they just keep going up. And then with this pole barn, my property tax went up another, I think, $300 for the year. See, our property taxes doesn't have our vehicles in it. And I would throw a huge fit if it did. Then again, you can't really expect too much. You can only expect so much to happen when it comes down to their, complaining to the government. I realized that pretty fast when I was in the military. Yeah, the Flint, the water crisis there. In my opinion, that was just a huge mistake on the local level, and then the head honchos in the state government were like, "Oh, we got to take this over." Like, no, that's their mistake. They need to fix it. But yet now here on the other side of the state, we got to pay to have their pipes fixed. And just like the roads, we have some of the worst roads in the country. And I don't think it's fair that all the money goes to Detroit, Flint, Lansing, Grand Rapids to fix their roads, and then ours just get left alone. We have people fixing the roads themselves because it's just so bad. And then we just had Governor Gretchen Whitmer. She just added to our debt, which I think is stupid. Anyways, I don't want to get into politics. It's a sore subject with me. I'm pretty political, and I'd rather just not. But yeah, it's very frustrating. And then my taxes for state level. TurboTax imports everything I need to do for the state taxes, and it really doesn't change the fact on it. Hey, how you doing? What is it, Corgills? The Corgills? That's pretty cool. You've been to Michigan? Yeah, I mean, we have some okay roads. Where I'm at, the roads are all junk. Um, and then what I don't get is on the roads is why they redo an entire road for like I don't know 9 miles or something, and then a year later they go and they resurface it when the road was totally fine. Yes, it's a little slick in the wintertime, but oh, you're going racing there? But yeah, I just don't get why they do that. Why they rip up the road just to tax me more on the local level and went to maker to have a few back. Water pipes that are that. Well, where I'm at, they didn't have any pipes underneath there. And when I went up to Hopkins, they ripped up sections of their road to do culvers, but all they did was just where the culvert was going. There was no point in ripping up the whole road. So their local level was pretty smart. Ours was pretty dumb. He was, yeah, Carson Powell's. Yeah, there's a few out there. Just think if you were in Florida, you'd have a sinkhole and the car would be gone too. Anyways, you know, we get to write off all sorts of stuff in our taxes. But it's all frustrating. But just know that when it comes down to your taxes, we can you can write off if you have any source of excess income. One time we did, my wife sold 31 bags. So the startup cost for that, we got to write that off. Any product she had to buy, to sell, to show, we would write that off. We wrote off a home office. We wrote off, um, her travel expenses for it. So you can write off everything that you come down to it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. The plowing is just retarded. Like they grade it so it's rough, and then when you go to plow it, it just chunks it and it throws chunks of brand new road off to the side. But hey, that's where your tax dollars are going. So it's all really frustrating. Anyways, I've been rambling long enough. I think I'm gonna get off of here and finish doing up this laundry. I gotta switch my loads. So I will see you guys tomorrow. It's the 500 subscriber giveaway and the $25 gift coupon. And whoever wins that, if they are a YouTube channel, we'll try and make them a custom shirt. I'm actually got clothes piled up on our press right now. Yeah, you'll be able to write off all your expenses for the honey. But yeah, so we have that that giveaway coming up. So I'm gonna do that live tomorrow. That'll be at 10 p.m. because I have to work tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. So all those streams will be late. Luckily, I only sleep about 5 hours at most. 5 hours and I feel good. 6 hours and I'll be tired. 4 hours and I'll be grumpy. But anyways, doing that tomorrow at 10, and we'll get a hold of the winner. Um, I don't I don't know how to make the screen show up. I don't have the program for it. But so yeah, you guys have a great day. May God bless you and your family. And we'll see you tomorrow. Hey, you don't have to be present to win. All right. So I'll get a hold of the winner through some sort on Face or on YouTube or some other things. So, but yeah, you guys have a great day. Enjoy the rest of it, and I'll probably have to go plow or something. I don't know yet. The snow's starting to melt again. Our sub pump continues to run. It's hard to do water conservation when I can fill a 500-gallon bucket, in a day. I fill our swimming pool with it. I pump out the water from the swimming or from the sub pump to fill up our pool. So, all right. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. May God bless you and your family, and we'll see you next time.